Dolls have existed ever since the beginning of time and ever since the existence of the first little girl. However, the dolls were always baby dolls and the girls playing with them could only act as mothers, which is not that fun. This continued until the appearance of the first adult doll, named Barbie, who fascinated the little girls and they destroyed their other dolls. Barbie changed everything, with more grown-up women dolls emerging, each called Barbie. Barbie has her own money, house, car, and even a career. Well, because Barbie can be anything, and women can be anything. Thanks to Barbie, even young girls in the real world are motivated to achieve anything they want in life. All problems of feminism and equal rights have also been solved. At least, that's what the Barbies think. Over at the dream world of Barbie Land, where almost everything is pink, there is Barbie and a number of other Barbies like her friends, Skittle and Pregnant Midge and their Barbie president. The same weird island also has male dolls like Original Ken, and a bunch of other Kens, and also one single Alan. Ken is also a wannabe lifeguard and a failed surfer, but he lives to impress Barbie. Later that night, Stereotypical Barbie invites everyone to a dance party at her dream house, where they all have the fun of their lives. During the dance, Barbie asks if anyone has ever thought about dying, which kills the vibe. Afterwards, Ken attempts to stay the night with Barbie, but it's a girls' night out, same as every other night, and so he leaves in disappointment. The following morning is a joyful one as usual for everyone except Original Barbie, whose life just started out strangely. She experienced bad breath, a cold shower, burnt waffles, and a falling off her roof instead of floating. The Barbies think she could be malfunctioning, and they advise her to visit Weird Barbie, who has encountered such an experience before. Weird Barbie was once the most beautiful of them all, but someone played too hard with her in the real world and now she disrepairs and lives alone. Stereotypical Barbie visits Weird Barbie to show her her new flat feet, which keep tripping her. She also reveals her recent thoughts of death, and Weird Barbie thinks a portal might have just opened between Barbie Land and the real world. Barbie is therefore advised to go to the real world and find the girl that is playing with her and fix it, or else she will keep going funny like her upper thigh, which is currently swelling with cellulite. Weird Barbie also claims that the dolls are all being played with at the real world and her girl could be feeling sad, and her feelings are interfering with Barbie. Their feelings are intertwined, and Barbie has no option than to find the Earthling and save both of them. Later, the Barbies and Kens bid farewell to Barbie and they hope the Earthlings receive her as their hero, since their characters have really empowered the women there. Barbie drives her way out of Barbie Land to the real world and she discovers Ken also stowed away in her car. Barbie decides to go with him, in case there is a beach somewhere and he has the skills. The two manage to arrive at the real world in Venice Beach, where everything seems just different from their world. The construction workers are all male and their bright clothing seems fascinating to the humans. A guy slaps Barbie's butt and she punches him back, and the two are arrested. After being released by the flirty cops, they put on other clothes from a store, but fail to pay for it and are rearrested again. Once they are released again, Barbie sits down to think about how to find the little girl while Ken wanders off while she's thinking. Barbie then sees a vision of her little owner playing joyfully with her, but as she ages, she sadly puts away her toys, causing Barbie to shed tears. Sighted in the park, she observes the various emotions and actions of humans. She tells an old lady sitting next to her that she is beautiful. The lady says she knows it, and they have a laugh about it. Barbie learns from her visions that the girl is at the school, and she heads there with Ken, who just found out that this world could actually be ruled by men, though he fails to tell Barbie clearly. Meanwhile, the FBI inform Mattel headquarters, the agency responsible for Barbie Land, about the two loose dolls that appeared on Earth. Agent Aaron Dinkins informs the boss, and he faints. Meanwhile, Barbie finds the girl Sasha among a group of girls at school. She introduces herself as Barbie, hoping to get hugs, but they reveal that they haven't played with dolls since they were like 5, and it was all so horrible for them. Sasha reveals to her face that Barbie made women feel bad about themselves since she brought about unrealistic physical ideals and absurd beauty standards for women. She even calls Barbie a fascist, and Barbie runs away, crying like a child. Meanwhile, Ken went over to the library and he steals some books about men and horses running the world. After learning that men can actually work much on Earth, he then roams around in search of a job at a hospital, where he's chased out, and a beach where he fails since his only skill is to hold a board and wait for Barbies. Later, Mattel agents capture Barbie. Ken sees it, but he claims all will be fine since it's their agency. Sasha is happy that they arrested that nutjob calling herself Barbie, while her mom is amazed that she is Barbie. At Mattel, the CEO asks her to enter a box so they could ship her back to Barbieland. In the meantime, Ken took a number of vehicles and traveled back to Barbieland to showcase his discoveries. Barbie asks to go to the bathroom and she runs away and they chase after her. She is then rescued by Gloria, an employee of Mattel who is actually Sasha's mother. They drive her away and the Mattel squad chases after them. Sasha's mother reveals that she was the one who actually felt lonely and started playing with the old Barbie dolls, and she got even lonelier because she couldn't be like her. She ended up changing Barbie and adding some cellulite to her. The two end up sharing their memories, and Sasha's mom really likes meeting Barbie, especially with her boring life and hateful daughter. She then goes to Jason Statham on the chasing agents and drives over to Venice Beach, where Barbie takes them through the vehicle sequence required to drive to Barbieland. Sasha reluctantly agrees, while her mom is having the time of her life and is too excited to see the world dominated by females. Later, Mattel agents discover that the group could be headed to Barbieland and they track them down. When the girls arrive at Barbieland, they find a rather weird atmosphere. Ken brought patriarchy to Barbieland, with the Kens now having more courage and the females subserviently watching them. Even the Barbie president finds it enjoyable. Ken also took over Barbie's dream house and called it the Kendom, and he plans to rule Barbieland, claiming he now feels appreciated. This change extends to the real world as Ken starts selling more than Barbies. Barbie becomes depressed, feeling that her perfect life is now gone, and weird Barbie fetches her from her miserable rest. Gloria and Sasha leave, but later return to comfort the Barbies. Gloria then delivers a passionate women empowerment talk to the rejected Barbies and Kens at the weird house about the unnecessary standards women have to deal with. This talk actually snaps back the Barbies in the room from their brainwash. Together they then work to distract the Kens and free the brainwashed Barbies one by one, starting with Madam President. Next, they have to get the Kens to change their minds, and they get them into conflict with each other by flirting among them. This infuriates the Kens, and they fight using tennis rackets, balls, and brooms. Mattel agents soon arrive into the Hornet's Nest while the Kens have a dance-off. The Kens end up holding hands, but when they get back home, the Barbies have reinstated their Barbieland constitution. Ken runs off to cry, and Barbie follows him. He reveals that leading was hard after all, and that now he feels so useless since he believes that he was created only to be with Barbie and to stand at the beach. Barbie then tells him that it's time they find out who they really are without each other. Ken awakens to this fact that he doesn't have to stick to any of the rules, and so do the other Kens. The CEO of Mattel also expresses his gratitude to Barbie, since he has longed for the freedom to make fun choices while also working. The Kens also plead to be given a court of theirs, and it is hoped that one day they will have as much influence in Barbieland as women have in the real world. As for Barbie, she gets to meet her inventor, Ruth Handler, also the founder of Mattel, who takes her on a tour to encourage her. Barbie reveals she doesn't feel like Barbie anymore and would like to be a part of the people who make changes and not something made up. Ruth encourages her to choose her own destiny and shows her visions of what the human life feels like before making her choice. Later on, Barbie rejoins Gloria and Sasha in Los Angeles to experience the real world, now going by the name Barbara Handler. She starts by making an appointment with her gynecologist, and the exciting film comes to an end. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'll be back with another interesting movie recap. Until then, take care.